All right, little public service announcement, man, before we get started. It's hot. It's getting hotter. This week was really hot. Summertime is here. Man, was it hot this week. PSA, hydrate yourselves. Hydrate. Keep yourselves going. Drink your water. Drink your coconut water. Drink your watermelon juices. Drink your body armors, whatever you're using to stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Don't get caught with 40 sprays of Dior Sauvage and you passed out somewhere, man, because you ain't been hydrating, man. It does no good. Don't get caught wearing Montabaco Intensivo and you laid out somewhere, man, because you just refuse to hydrate yourself, man. That's not a good look. It's not a good look, okay? PSA, stay hydrated. It's going to be a hot summer. Let's get to it. YouTube, what's going on, YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and now I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. And as always, man, it's positive energy, it's positive vibes, and most importantly, it is positive vibes only. All right, Smell good, family, we're here to do my favorite video that I love to do each and every week, and that is the weekly rotation video. All right, covering every fragrance that I wore during the week of June the 22nd, I believe. Yeah, June the 22nd. 173 straight weeks of doing this video, and like I said, I love it, man. I love to hear what y'all are wearing. Y'all drop y'all rotations down in the comments, and y'all got some dope lists, man. And I add some stuff to my try list or my blind buy list. Thanks to y'all, man. So had a great week. Hot, lot of fragrances. Well, every fragrance that I wore last week complimented the warmer weather, even despite being in the office and air conditioned controlled environment. All right, so let's go ahead and tap in on Sunday. I hadn't worn this in a minute. I wanted to see how my feelings about this particular clone stood up to one of my favorite DNAs, period, in my collection. On Sunday, from the house of Decant, we went with Celerio Elysium. Celerio Elysium on Sunday. And what is this, a clone or inspired by? Ormond James Montabaco Intensivo. All right, this stuff is incredible. I've had it for a minute. It's definitely macerated since I've gotten it. Very firm take on that Montabaco Intensivo DNA. But this one here, the only differences between the two, this is a little bit more woodier. A little bit more dry woods in this here. You still get your leather, your juniper. Outstanding, man. Your tobacco, you still get those bright, sparkling, fresh takes of those, those notes when you're talking leather and you're talking tobacco. Usually you're thinking for the cooler months. No, the Montabaco line allows you to be extra versatile, and this take by Decant is incredible. You can get this, I think you can get this for around like $40, $45, $50 tops. Quality is better with the Ormond James for sure, but if you're not really tripping on that and you don't want to pay the Ormond James price, even on discounters, this right here will hold you good. I mean, I've worn it. I'm gonna flip the bottle around and you can see there's a nice dent. Like, look at that. Like, me turning the bottle over, you can't really see it, but like that, you can see the dent. So I've been wearing this fragrance, man, for sure. And it's really, really good. On Sunday, to the office, from the house of Decant, we went with Celerio Elysium. Great take on Ormond James Montabaco Intensivo. Good stuff, man. Don't sleep. This is a great option for sure. Up next, on Monday, it was an off day, and boy, was it screaming out there. The sun was hollering out there for sure. But it didn't really do too much, man. Worked out, ran some errands, just kind of moved around, man, chilled. It was really, really warm out there. And I went with a fragrance that's sadly discontinued. I don't really know if it's really available out there like that. But it's sad that it is, because this is one of the better takes for sure from this house and this line. From the house of Givenchy. We went with Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. Lemon, bergamot, iris, vetiver, and musk. That's what you get here, and boy is it good. Man, very refreshing, very clean. That iris in here comes off slightly powdery, really blending really well with the vetiver and the musk here. But the star of this fragrance is really the opening, that sparkly lemon bergamot, just really just very refreshing, very crisp, very clean. Awesome blend with that iris. The iris in here plays like it does in the EDT 2017. Does a really good job with that pineapple and that pear in that one. But this one is the freshest of the line, sadly discontinued. You probably can find it somewhere, but I would not pay an arm and a leg to get this in the collection. In full transparency, there are other fragrances that are in the vein of this, but what separates this one from those is the iris. The iris plays a really interesting part in here because of what it does, giving it that slightly waxy, slightly powdery revelation that does a really good job with the citruses and the vetiver and the musk. So on Monday, hot day, really didn't do too much. Wasn't trying to either. From the house of Givenchy. We went with Givenchy Gentleman's Cologne. Sadly discontinued. Good stuff. All right. Up next, returning to the office on Tuesday, and I was just in the mood. I was in the mood for this one of the greatest of all time. Gotta give me another bottle, man. I said once I get to a quarter or so left of this bottle, I was going to get me another one, and I'm going to do that. From the house of Mancera, we're talking the Great Cedrat Boisé. The Great Cedrat Boisé. Beautiful, man. Citrus, woods, leather, a little bit of a vanilla creaminess to this, especially as you head towards the dry down. Off my skin, the citrus and the woods and that little kind of suede leather pop really does well. I almost got like a ginger pop. I haven't looked at the notes of Cedrat Boisé in a minute. I don't know if it's ginger in here or not, but I get like a nice pop of like a ginger, fresh and spicy, mild reveal with this DNA. Ultimately, it's one of the greats. If you haven't heard of it, you haven't tried it, it's worth a try. It's one of the best versatile fragrance options, affordable niche options that you can get your hands on. One of my first niche pickups, probably a lot of y'all's too. Once I was really into collecting and really especially, growing my channel here on YouTube for 3-4 years ago. And this has been out for a while, but this is just one of the best. Wore to the office. I don't know if it's a difference between the magnetic caps and the screw caps. If the performance is better on those bottles versus these bottles, I don't know. But for me, I get a very solid 7 to 8 hours of really good performance before it kind of starts to get a little bit faint on my skin, which is more than enough for me. So to the office on Tuesday. Love this stuff. Will always have it. I do have the Intense, but I prefer the original over the Intense because of how more fresher it is. I love what the citruses do in the opening of this. I love the Intense now. I'll wear that in the cooler months. But this right here, if I had to choose between the two, oh yeah, going with the OG. All right, on Tuesday, back to the office, the Great Mancera Cedrat Boisé. All right. Up next on Wednesdays, I've said it here on the channel, Wednesdays are my meeting days. I have meetings all day long, and I'm sitting literally shoulder to shoulder with my teammates, with my career at my job, and I'm always mindful of that. Always going fresh, always going clean, always going inoffensive. And I was in the mood for this, and it absolutely worked. Got one compliment, and it was a dramatic compliment as well. From the house of Initio on Wednesday, we went with Musk Therapy. Initio's Musk Therapy. Beautiful citrus, musk, and white florals here. My goodness. One of the very best blends of a freshie that you could ever come across, man. I love what the white floral and the musk really provide here. A little like a sparkly citrus up top, but then that kind of creamy texture comes in with the white florals. That beautiful, airy, soft, cozy musk here. Versatile, one of the more sexier fragrances in my collection because of the blend. But all in all, I bare bones it is a versatile a versatile giant. You can really wear this whenever you want. Unisex, ladies, trust me, you'll love this. My wife loves this. Me, my wife, and our sister Shoshana, blown away all together. Shoshana smelled this for the first time, bought a bottle right here in this room smelling this because it's just that good. So one of my coworkers sitting next to me just was like, man, you smell great. He was joking around, but he wasn't. He was like, bro, he said, man, I got to get on your level, you know, just kind of, you know, showing me some love or showing the fragrance some love. But great stuff here, versatile, inoffensive, just smells really, really good. Great, smells great. From the House of Initio on Wednesday on meeting day. We went with the Must Therapy. All right, up next on Thursday, I was just kind of feeling, I was in the mood for rose, man, and I've been wanting to wear this fragrance. I had recently discussed this on a recent video not too long ago, but this is one of my favorite rose fragrances and the best from the line from this house. What am I talking about on Thursday? From the house of Gucci. We went with the Gucci Guilty, the EDP. Gucci Guilty, the EDP. This is the best from the Gucci Guilty line for me. It is the most unique, it is the most different, and it is outstanding. This spicy fresh rose that you get here, that balsamic vinegar, very unique for a designer fragrance, that kind of chili pepper spice as well with the rose. Oh, it is outstanding. Love this stuff. This is a nuclear performer off of my skin. I'm talking 8 hours north. I'm talking 10 hours. I don't know what it is about this DNA on my skin, but it does wonderful. A unique designer fragrance. You don't get that a lot really anymore. This is kind of like a last of a dying breed. Hopefully the designer lane, and I will give designers credit. I have smelled a few over the past, I want to say 6 months, that really have caught my attention. I've added a couple designers to my collection, full bottles that I really, really enjoy. But this is just one of those ones that I talk about from time to time that it's just something different about this, and it is amazing. I received 2 compliments when I walked right into the office. One of the ladies who sit in the front, she was like, what are we wearing today? That's how she asked me, what are we wearing today? And I told her, and she's like, what's in it? And she knows I do YouTube, and we kind of had a conversation. And then one of my young boys out there on the floor, he was like, man, you need to put me on, man, smelling good, like pointing at me. So this right here, unique, very interesting. They don't make them like this anymore. Hopefully they'll get back to it, in my opinion. But the best from the Gucci Guilty line, one of the best Gucci has put out, in my opinion, from the house of Gucci on Thursday to the office, Gucci Guilty, the EDP. Really good stuff, man. I love this stuff. I really do. Really good stuff. All right, on Friday, I was off the weekend, the next few days, and boy, I tell you what, Yeoman Lale, their Louis Vuitton impersonations are wild, man. They are wild. I'm gonna do a video on them really, really soon. Yeoman Lale's Louis Vuitton takes. I gotta do a video. Like, they ain't missing. They ain't missing. I said that, yes. From the house of Yeoman Lale on Friday, on an off day, we went with Medley. Citrus and ginger, and this is their take on Louis Vuitton's Symphony. Now, I have a small sample of Symphony that I had to dig for on Friday to really compare the two, and man, they did it again. This is in that 90th percentile. The citrus really, really are what this fragrance is all about, but you get this nice undertone of like a crisp feel. It's not really, fresh, crisp and spicy normally that you get from ginger, but it's just enough. It's like a sparkling ginger, not a heavy dose of it, but like a sparkling ginger. And I love it, man. Simple to wear, easy to wear whenever you want to. Yeoman Lale has some incredible takes on some of the higher end designer niche fragrances out there, and they're very affordable, but they just impress me over and over and over again. I don't do a lot of clone content these days. Really, Yeoman Lale and Kingsgate fragrances. That's really it for me, because they do it the best. They do. And Alexandria, I can never forget them. Alexandria, Kingsgate, and Yeoman Lale, they do a really, really good job. And this take on Symphony from Louis Vuitton, get your nose on it, man. If you love citruses and you love ginger and like a musky tone, you gotta tap in. on Friday during my off day, just running around, taking care of some business, getting my car washed, taking the boys to the barbershop. We went with this beauty right here, Medley from Yeoman Lao. All right. And last but not least, it was Saturday, rounding out the week, hanging out with the family. You know, we really didn't do too much, man. We rode around and did some shopping, you know, grabbed something to eat, just kind of really hung out with each other. Went and, you know, got my son some stuff. I'll tell you, my 3-year-old, soon to be 4-year-old, he is very in tune with his shopping. So I was telling my wife, like, he gonna be one, man. We get out here in the world, he gonna know exactly what he want and how he want it. Don't need your help on it. Thank you very much. Sounds like somebody I know. All right. On Saturday, hot day. Rained and it got hot, but it was nice. From the house of Mancera, Sole Datile on Saturday. Boy, is this good. I've never been to Italy, but this has been compared to an Italian summer. And what I do know from just, you know, years of living is that the Italians, they are really huge on lemon. Lemon, big bold citruses. And if Italy and what they have to offer, and one day hopefully I'll get to go to Italy as far as their food and their take on citruses, here we go. This is a beautiful, beautiful opening. Beautiful fragrance experience. A blend of citruses, some florals, there's some vetiver in here. The vetiver in here comes off very clean, soapy, kind of like it does in Vetiver Sensual. That's how the vetiver comes off in here. But it's awesome, man. It is awesome. A great wear, refreshing, crisp and clean. I got this last year, blind bought it, was hearing a lot of conversation about how good Sole Datile is. And it is that good. On a hot summer day, you really can't go wrong ever. This could be a great versatile scent too. You can wear this anytime, any place, anywhere. But on a hot summer day, just kind of moving around. And then once you get to sweating from being outside, man, this stuff just really just ramps up, gets really vibrant off the skin. Great stuff here. Love this stuff. Mancera, they just got something for us all, man. They do. On Saturday, from the house of Mancera, Sole Datile, great stuff. Great stuff. Get that in focus. Great stuff. All right. All right, so there you have it. That was my weekly rotation once again, covering every fragrance that I wore during June the 22nd. 173 straight weeks. I love to do the video. I love the conversations. I love to see the rotation that y'all put down in the comments. Please flood the comments with your rotations. Looking forward to seeing what you guys wore. What was good, what was no, what was yes, what was hype, what was not hype. Were you disappointed? Did you fall in love with something? Let me know. All right, so appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the support, man. I can't say it enough. I can't say it enough. Your guys' support means the world to me, and I appreciate y'all taking the time to show love to this channel the way that you guys do. You know, things are kind of settling. I'm settling in with my new role. I've spoke about it a lot here. So we're kind of inching closer to maybe getting back to the live streams. I may have a day where I can get back in there. So hope to see you guys back soon. Once we start the live streams, kind of found my pocket. Things are starting to become normal with my new schedule. So that's why I'm able to kind of pump out the videos and, you know, I love doing this. This is not something that I'm like, man, I gotta get this done. No, I love to do this. I love the conversation. It's just one of my passions, obviously, you know, fragrances, man. And it's more than just smelling good. It's just the ultimate connection, man, that, you know, you just have with yourself. You know, how you go about your day, how you go about your life. Presentation matters, you know, taking care of yourself, all those things, man. We can go on and on and on, but I really enjoyed this and I appreciate you guys. All right, so until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Positive energy, positive vibes, splack it up, splack it down, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put onto this world is exactly what you should get. Wait, you should get back? No, what you put onto this world is exactly you're gonna get back, man. Peace, y'all. CM Punk, man, he should have beat John Cena at Night of Champions. If you know, you know. You know, if you know, you know. All right. Look at my eyes. What do you see? Oh, personality. All my wrestling fans. Peace.